Hey, Snitchy LaRue. Look what universe you landed in. Pachow. Yeah, that's right. I hoarded all the potatoes. Anyway, hey, welcome to the goddamn infinite regression. You know where you are. You know where the fuck you are, okay? I don't need to tell you by now. Like, you had to figure this out. If you are watching this video, you are one of the very small number of people who know this shit and that it exists and why it exists. I don't need to fucking explain the Rembers of Pembertons to you. You fucking know the shit, right? Anyway, so yeah, I'm here and I'm 30% more queer according to informed sources. Informed sources with personal knowledge on the subject say that I am 30% more here and queer when certain substances have been partain of. Anyway, bring me a Ronaldo and I will show you. Just kidding. He is so handsome. He make anybody gay. He make gay girls straight. He's so fucking handsome. Have you seen Ronaldo? Swear to Christ. Anyway, yeah. Just pause. Just hit pause and go just Google Ronaldo. I know it's Cristiano, but like he's the only Ronaldo anyone gives a fuck about. You know, Google won't even be like, did you mean Ronaldinho? Like, they won't even give you that shit. And Ronaldinho was a great player. But, like, that motherfucker was not as good as Ronaldo. And he was not as handsome as Ronaldo. And these are just facts about the goddamn world. Anyway, so 30%. 30 for puck and cent. What the fuck? Hey, move over. Move over, Mr. Potato Head. Oh, I was looking up the optimal levels for diamonds in Minecraft. Turns out 10. I have, in the old one. In the new one, they're like, well, technically that would be y equals negative 64, but that's just going to be a lot of bedrock. It's like, yeah, of course, negative 64. You know, like, it is just, it's absurd. It's absurd how much deeper they went with the mining and the crafting. They're like, you know, we need to go far lower than zero. But I mean, on the plus side, we're going to teach Americans about negative numbers. That's a thing. Because for fuck's saketies. Sorry, I just. Cristiano Ronaldo. I didn't even know Ronaldinho. Okay, you see this man? Not particularly like blow your mind attractive. Like, I mean, he not gross or anything. He's just like he okay. He got kind of a big mouth and some crooked teeth, you know. He looked like he smells at the end of a long day, you know. Uh, but then you look at this guy and you're like, oh hello. Are you just over here made of handsome? Like just fucking composed of handsome. Like even you making a face is handsome. It's like your game face is handsome. I mean, look at this shit. We have had actors play Superman who didn't have this as much as you do on accident in the middle of a goddamn game. Like, what a good fucking looking dude. Like, it's absurd. And it's also absurd because he is so good at the game. Like, he is amazing in this sport. He is, one of the greatest ever. And there are people who will argue the greatest ever. And then some people will be like, oh, but what about Pele? And then those people are like, well, Pele's competition at the time, you see, was a lot of slow white guys from, Great Britain who, like, ate a full English breakfast every morning. It's, all the sausages. Anyway, so yeah, I gotta start this Minecraft. This is ridiculous. Oh, did I fucking show you this yet? Oh, Highcraft. This is what we're doing. We are high. I don't know about you, but I have already started that party. Thank you very much. Will this shit funny? No, it won't. Like, lower your expectations, boobaloo. Will it high? You bet your ass. You bet your fucking ass it will. Anyway, so obviously, the problem with all of this, with everything thus far, is the look at the level I'm mining on, 15 like a schlub, but I've got all of my shit up here. Bah. Anyway, so I do need to keep going down. I thought that this was the introduction of the negative 64. And so, oh, that's right. I died because I found an abandoned mine and then I died in it. Oh, for fuck's sake. God damn it. Now I gotta go make iron armor. This has been a very profitable iron mine, by the way. Like, the iron has been rich. And no, this is not like that last one where we had the problem of, oh, do I not have wood? I have to go punch trees. Fuck. This is bullshit. See, the problem is, I mean, I could just try and go back in there and grab my shit. Like, who knows what has spawned there since I left. Because I don't even remember what killed me. I just remember that it was bullshit. That I was like, oh no, this is not happening. Like, come on, man. I am owed much more than this. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because there's... Oh, god damn it. I can't even... I'm going to have to hit this block for like 30 hours. Ah, god damn. Son of a bitch. There's my fucking... Oh, shit on a shingle. That motherfucker has all my shit. And now he's coming after me. God damn it. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. I'm gonna go punch that tree, especially because it's outside and daytime. Son of a bitch. It's all bad. It's just all bad, my friends. God damn it. Go punch a fucking tree. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna have to go take my own armor back from a fucking zombie who's not going to give it to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, those motherfuckers never give you, like, you be lucky you get the pants back and they will be fucking soiled. You know? Soiled and spoiled. If that fucker, okay, good, he popped out of existence. Oh my god. Hey, you want to hear something hilarious? So one of those little shits that I have in my 4th hour. I should not be saying this out loud. This is, anyway, whatever. He's a little shit. And he talks a lot of shit. And he's an asshole. He really is. Like, he's a terrible person. If you met him, you would be like, holy fuck, this is a terrible person. They would be like, you have to spend a portion of your day every day in the same room as this fucking guy? And I'd be like, yeah. They'd be like, that is intolerable. And I'd be like, yeah, thank you. I am aware because I have to do it every fucking day. And they'd be like, my God, they must pay you insane amounts of money. And I'd be like, fuck no, they don't. I am bad at choosing careers. I am smart. I have a big head degree, but like, what do I got for fucking career? Fucking teaching assholes with tiny brains. Like, who look at the wisdom of ages and they're like, you know what I have to say about the wisdom of fucking ages? Fuck that shit. And it's like, bruh, it's the literal wisdom of ages. And they're like, yeah, I heard what you called it. And I say, fuck that shit. You're like, oh, you gonna be one of them stupid assholes when you grow up. You're going to be one of the reasons why we can't have nice things in Arizona. Like, shit. You just realize that. You just see down the road. You're like, oh, fuck. We are going to be opponents in the voting booth because you are an irrepressible dumbass. Anyway. God damn. Okay, I'm gonna have to restart this. No, fuck. I didn't say anybody's name or anything, so it's fine. Anyway. But those asshole kids were being such assholes that I just indulged in one of my favorite fantasies. 'Cause, like, whenever I think about death, that's a good way to start a sentence that makes people happy, everybody's going to be smiling at the end of that sentence. When I think about death, yeah, that's just a good way to make friends, what that is. Anyway, so when I think about death, like, I assume that there is no life after, because I hope there's not. You know what I'm saying? Like, all those fuckers walking around like, I hope I exist forever. And it's like, I'm kind of tired of existing now. Like, I'm not going to do anything about it, but like, come on, have you seen everything that there is? It's all kind of the same shit. Like, and you know what? Some of it's pretty good. Some of it's pretty good. Not gonna lie, some of it's pretty good. Some of it's fucking bullshit. And as a matter of fact, a lot of it's bullshit. And as a matter of real ass fact, the bullshit part is what you have to do the most of so you can get to the part that's not. So it's kind of a fucking unbalanced teeter-totter, my friend. And so, yeah, it's a hard sell to be like, hey, you know how existence is not always fucking tenable as a proposition? I mean, You all agree with me, don't you? Right? You people. Existence is a fucking joke, my friend, and like continued existence is fucking pointless. Yeah, that's right. Oh God, you people fucking get it. You get it. Ah, my God, you get it so much. You'll sing me a fucking theme song.
This has always been the
I don't have a sword. I don't have fucking shit.
theme. This has always been the theme song. This
That fucker better not come get me while I'm...
the theme.
Okay. Now I have a sword in hand. I'm gonna go fuck his day up. And carve his delicious goo. Give me your delicious goo, my friend. Oh, yes. That's what they say down at the gay club. Give me your delicious goo. I just fucking wrecked all of y'all's dinners. Or fucking made them more interesting. I don't know. I don't know what you get up to, but like, mazel tov on the fucking whatever, man. I think it's what Jesus said. Jesus once said, mazel tov on the fucking whatever, man. Oh my God. If I ever have merch for this fucking show, I'm gonna need a Jesus saying mazel tov on the fucking whatever, man. And just like, that's the shirt. But seeing's how I could only move 2 entire books of poetry, an entire fucking existence of my like commercial enterprise. I don't know how many sweet Jizo t-shirts I'm gonna be moving. I mean, I could make it. Like, ain't no question I could make it. Like, I have the ability. But like I don't know that I don't know that people would be okay with me doing that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be funny and it would be fun and I would like it. But like, mazel tov on the fucking whatever, man, Jesus. Who would not want such a treasure? You know what I'm saying? That's gift of the gods right there. What that is. Anyway. And then I'm gonna need me one of these. 'Cause I don't know, but I know that motherfucker in the mine has one of mine. And also, you always need those in mines because that's where a lot of good shit is. A lot of iron. Oh, that goes. They all go in the square hole, and then the girl freaks out. Goes in this square hole. The square hole. Did you see they resolved that? Like, the guy who originally did it, like, actually resolved it, and the girl was like so fucking happy that like you put the bridge piece in the bridge hole instead of the square hole. It's so great. So great, my dude. I'm gonna just collect this because I can, and also I assume I will vanquish that fucking zombie. That might be a stretch. I might be fucking pulling that out my goddamn ass. I don't know. We're about to find out, aren't we, though? Come here. Come here, fucker. Hey. I recognize that shit you got on. Hey. Hey. You think you're so badass? Yeah, your brother too. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah, that's right. Fucking step to me. The rest of my shit's gone. Where is he? Because I hate them little fuckers. Also, I don't have any. I need torches to be able to do this. I overestimated my ability to get by without torches. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Why did I make my display go away? What the fuck did I push? And why did I do that? Okay, there we go. Oh, that's a terrifying thing to do to yourself, Hi. Make your Minecraft toolbar go away. Ugh. God. I didn't know up was down, down was up, left was right. Fucking the moon coming up in the daytime and the sun at night. It just fucking, oh, you little shit for brains. I'll fucking wreck your day. God damn you. Get off of my plane. Yeah. That's right. Harrison Ford in his prime. Which, you know what? How you know it's prime Harrison Ford is he's in the movie. That's right. I like me some Harrison Ford, and you know what? The older he gets, the more he is still himself. And so I'm in, baby. I'm in all the way. Look, I saw that shit ass fucking Shia LaBeouf Indiana Jones, and I am not about it. Like, that movie was shit. But Harrison Ford was not shit. He just had a shit script in a shit movie with a shit kid from the shitty Transformers movies. That's all that was. I mean, we knew that. I'm not revealing things that have not been known. Anyway, it hath been known. So I gotta drop the floor on this motherfucker, but I also have to explore that fucking cave. God damn it. Pirate's life for me, I suppose, you know? Shiver me plunders and tiver me plankles. Save those for later when I start wearing out my other ones. But you know what I need is a fucking shield. Because when that skeleton started fucking up my shit, I was like, oh, that's right. We can choose to not let him do that. That's a thing that we could do. Or alternately, we can have him just continually wreck our day. But wait, isn't that how's it? Oh, there it is. It was like, I know that's the shape. I was close, but I don't get a cigar because they smells like you're smoking an old boot. Like, the fuck are you doing, cigars? The fuck are you doing? Oh, so let's talk about killing yourself. So, just kidding. We're just talking about death. We're not talking about doing it to yourself, my dude. Oh, son of a shit. You little asshole. You are in for it. Swear to Jeebus Crispers. Jeebus Thomas Crispers. There we go. Got some things. Anyway, oh, that's right. I was gonna make torches. Dingleberries. Come on, dude. Let's fucking get our torch on. 'Cause that's an important thing to have when you're like rolling down a mine, smoking endo, sipping on gin and juice, laid back. Got your mind on your money. Got your money on your mind. Anyway, you know how it's done. Rhymes bumping. Ain't that something? Jumping on the 110. She flying in her blazer like Ghost Speed Racer, but I ain't gonna chase her. These are lyrics that you know when you have seen Office Space several times. Another one? What is this, a DJ Khaled production? Oh, I don't have any food. I need to go topside and get myself some food. I hate little zombies. Man, they did make abandoned mines easier. They did nerf them out a little bit in the newer edition. That is one of the things. But I mean, also it's kind of because they just get too big. And so you just go in there and you're like, well, I'm never going to reach the bottom of this, so I'm just going to have to do it until I think it's done. You know? Whereas the old school ones, you could actually be done. You could be like, well, I'm going to go and I'm going to do the mine for a little bit. And then eventually I'll reach all the end and I won't see any other ores that I want to mine out and stuff. Or any treasure chests to open or whatever. Oh, this freaking guy. First of all, how dare you? And second of all, this is my garden. It's where I grow my carotes. And someday my patatas. At least I hope to. I got carotes from a jobby. That's right. A jobby dropped a carote, and I was like, give me that. And I'm still in the process of doubling that original carote. It's always very satisfying when you get your starting vegetables from like your own efforts rather than stealing from a village. I mean, you steal from a village when you have to. Everybody does. Like, that's how you get the books for your freaking, you know, nice enchanting table. Like, how you gonna enchant things unless you surround it with books and make it all powerful? But how you gonna get that many books that you can build bookcases? You pillage a village. And then you forgot that you were still in, you know, that thing with the pillager logo in the corner, and you start a raid, and then you get trampled by the behemoth or whatever the frick that's called, and he just wrecks your life 17 times in a row, and you're like, wow, how are you supposed to handle this guy? And then you watch the YouTube video about it once, and you're like, I guess if you're like fucking super great at this game, and then you forgot what it was, and now you can't remember, and so you're never gonna beat that fucking guy. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is life is full of disappointment. Disappointment like hanging out with asshole freshman boys when you're a grown-ass man and you didn't like asshole freshman boys when you were a freshman boy because you were like, oh my God, how can these guys be such fucking assholes? Like, and girls like them? What the fuck? Why am I all alone? And this fucking guy is like getting all the girls and he's a fucking asshole. And I'll tell you, there's a really simple answer for that, actually. This is really simple. Is that, like, girls like guys with confidence. And nobody has more confidence than assholes. Because they got that unearned confidence. That, like, fucking, I always think I'm a number one. I think I'm super great because I'm a fucking asshole. You know, I think my shit doesn't stink, and so I do a lot of shit to a lot of people, and I'm really shitty everywhere I go. But like my shit doesn't stink, so I could do as much shit as I want, and I'm still the best in my own mind. Like that, the asshole part of that is not what's attractive to girls, but the part where it's like, oh, this is a guy who knows who he is. This is a guy who knows what he brings to the world. This is a guy who, like, is confident and can take care of some shit and by extension can take care of me. That is the whole fucking ball game right there. Nice guys like me spend a lot of time wondering, like, why the fuck do they always like the assholes? They like the assholes because guys like me have no self-esteem. And you gotta understand, like, you know, when it comes to that whole scene, like, hold up, I gotta take a drink of water. When it comes to that whole scene, you know, dating scene, girls ending up with assholes, like, first of all, they don't always marry the asshole. A lot of times they spend a lot of time fucking dating assholes before, like, out of some fucking coincidence, the fucking nice guy grows half a pair and learns the smallest bit of self-confidence, and then she'll be like, oh my God, he got a little tiny bit of confidence, but he's not gonna be a complete douchebag to me. Oh, well, he's like marriage material. Like, that's the way that goes. So, like, yeah, but there is occasionally the nice guy with confidence, and that guy is fucking killing it. I don't know who he is. I don't know where he is, but I will tell you right now, that is a man who is doing all right relationship wise. Like, it is no worries for him in that department. Nice guy, and like has the self-confidence of an asshole but isn't an asshole. Like, wow. That guy does not spend the night alone. Let's just put it that way. He has a steady thing going and he is happy with it. And so is she. Like, let us not forget, like, that's half the fucking ball game right there, is like, what does she get out of this? Why would she want to fucking be in this situation? You know, because it takes two to fucking tango. Like, look, this is the thing that my lovely wife says, and it's true. And is she says, you want to marry someone who feels like they got really lucky once, you know? And I fucking feel that way. I do, because a lot of people were after her in college. Like, a lot. I was not, like, and the fact that, like, she dated someone else twice. the first time she just started dating the other guy and hoped that I noticed. Actually, she sent her, like, she made sure, because I was sort of operating through her roommate slash best friend at the time, I think. Well, no, not her best friend, but like one of her best friends. Anyway, but like her roommate was my intermediary because I was already friends with her. And then, I'd take my wife out on a date and I'm like, is going good. She had a good time. And then I start coming over and hanging out, you know, and is going all right. And then she out of nowhere like I was out shopping. I remember, yeah, I was out shopping with the roommate and the roommate sat me down and was like, "Hey, this is uncomfortable cuz I was helping you, but like also I have inside baseball knowledge of the situation and you are not the winner." And I was like, bullshit. God damn it. Because I had a good feeling about that one, because, like, we really jibe in a lot of key ways. Like, we have wildly similar senses of humor. Like, goofy ass, silly senses of humor. And, like, here's the fucking test. Like, if you want to know, because this was the actual test when we were in college. If you want to be friends with us, what you got to do is you got to watch Mystery Men with us. That was our movie. And I would have a lot of movie nights at my house, at my apartment. And, excuse me. Sorry. I'm drinking the fizzy fizz. I can't help myself. And I'm high. So, like, double decker. Anyway. So, we'd throw movie nights at our house. And, we, oh, goddamn, my nose is running. If you want to know why I haven't been updating and shit, I've been sick and tired of this fucking. No, I've actually been sick for a little bit, and my voice was not doing the best for a while. So, which, like, luckily, because I had to teach my actors how to do diaphragmatic projection, and I could barely fucking do it for a while, so we had to wait, because I was like, oh, God, I got to be able to teach you guys this so that you can send it to the back row. Because that's what you got to do in the theater. Anyway. Yeah, we're going to be below lava level. That's just. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to have to mine down that low. I'm going to mine out this whole area and then wall it back up. And then it'll become a breeding ground for zombies. A breeding ground for zombies, you say? Yes. A little breeding ground for zombies. Ah, God. Oh, I've got to do the stupid abandoned mine. I'm going to do it. I feel like I must because I lost shit in there. Oh, I got to put my seeds and whatnot in the throwawayer. Yeah, I don't want to do the abandoned mine tonight because I feel like I have substances that are delaying my reaction times. Uh, yeah, people get high and play video games all the time. That is a thing that people do all across America. Uh, across America today, the youth engaged in one of their favorite pastimes, a pastime sure to not please their parents. They got high and played video games. My own mother would not approve of either of those things. That's the fun part, is that she would not. So yeah, let me just finish talking about me and my old lady. Uh because we are very much like the couple in fucking the Pina Colada song, in that we both love each other very much and don't fucking want to cheat on each other. And then if we were to find out that we were both trying to cheat on each other, we would feel pretty shitty about it. Okay. This is level 10. I need to mine this way one so I can fucking. Okay. Bah. Okay. Ha ha. Yay. We have made it to level 10. Anyway. I guess I can start walling up shit. Maybe. Last time I did this, I did literally let it become a breeding ground for zombies because I just didn't you motherfucker. Anyway, I was like, well, I'm taking all my torches back. And it's like, they're torches, man. They're not that valuable. Because I know that I overlight all of my cavular areas and whatnot. Like, I light my caves up a little aggressively. Because, back in the early days, we didn't understand the behaviors behind things as much. At least I didn't. So, oh, hello. When I first found out that, it was light levels that, take that off. Aha. When I found out that it was light levels that affect the spawning of mobs, I was like, oh, well, of hostile mobs. Anyway, I started just lighting my mines up with like massive tons of torches, and people have made fun of me for it. They've been like, you could just put them around on the wall on the outside, and then just a few scattered through the middle, and you're done. And I'm like, no, that's not the system. They need to be 6 apart this way, 4 apart this way. Like, come on. It's a very, very simple yet rigorously applied schedule at this point, because that's how seriously I take it. It's a schedule. Anyway, so the first time, my lovely wife was like, yeah, Zebedee. Uh, my wife let her roommate tell me that, like, hey, you are not the preferred partner of, my lady friend that I live with, who will someday become your wife. Except I didn't know that at the time. I would have been much happier. I'd have been like, yeah, cool, let her date that guy. I don't give a fuck. Like, because we know how the story ends, and I am fine with that. So, anyway, oh yeah, that's right, because I mined all the way down. Like, why is there cobblestone here? And I'm like, oh, that's right, because I was a moron. Anyway, so yeah, she sent her roommate to be like, hey, sorry, you lost, but better luck next time. The next time I did not intend to happen, but like, she went and lived with that friend over the summer, the one who told me too bad, so sad. Um, lived, like, her family is from Washington State. And so, she went and lived up there in Washington State. And like, the fun thing is that she told me, hey, write me over the summer. I was like, okay, totally. And yeah, so I was righty, and I was, enjoying writing to her. This is the early days. Well, not that early of the days of email and shit. Actually, by that point, I did not use email nearly as much. See, this is what I worried about with the lava. You see, it's always the problems with the lava. Ugh. Meshuggah level 10. Anyway, I love the Chuck Schumer the Chuck Schumer Yiddish words for people who don't speak Yiddish. What the Republicans are doing to the Senate is a shanda. Like, it sure is, Uncle Chucky. It sure is. Come on, teach us Gentiles how to say things in your fun language, Uncle Chuck. Anyway, I love Yiddish. I do. I really, really, legitimately do. Uh, and would love to be able to learn it, but also, like, I am not Jewish. Like, and not only am I not Jewish, but I'm, like, conspicuously not Jewish. Because, the fucking, my family heritage is, German and British and Swedish. But the German in our looks overrides the Swedish in our looks. Like, we look, what we look like? We look like the fucking, uh, well, it's funny, because if you look at the House of Windsor in England, they look like Germans who learned to talk like this. Oh, yes, rather posh. Like, the House of Saxe-Coburg and Gotha, when they fucking learned English and were like, ooh, yes, oh, very, like, that's what we look like. That should be our family crest. Is a fucking, a man in coattails returning a plate of food in a very fancy restaurant, knowing full well that it will be spat upon when it returns. That's our family crest. And fuck me, we already have diamonds. See? I knew it. I knew it. You crazy nightmare. I knew it. Hey. Um so we're just going to have to deal with the fact that there's going to be lava around every fucking corner. And then we're also going to get... Oh, I've got a shit ton of iron. I did not realize how shitty that ton is. But that ton is like a piece of shit. It's a shit ton. Anyway. Kind of a ton is that? Oh, it's a shit ton. You know, you got the good tons. This is not one of my favorite tons. It's a shit ton right here. You know, I haul a lot of tons. They pay me for hauling tons. The tons I do haul, they pay me heftily for that shit. But this shit, this is a shit ton. This is a shit ton of the shittiest shit I ever did haul. It's a fucking shit-ass ton. Oh, God. I'm afraid I've gone rather silly. So it's probably best, actually looking at the time, I should probably go to bed. No, bed. There to repose on the bosom of slumber, awaiting the rise of the morning sun, and the bleary-eyed disappointment that once more I must go and hang out with fucking asshole froshies. They're not all bad. Some of them are quite nice, and I like some of them. And it makes me sad that one of the ones that I like is like, I want to move from here because I fucking hate these people. I was like, yeah, you hate the same fucking people I do, but I'm telling you, if you just stay here a little bit longer, you can be in an honors class where assholes like this won't be there. And they're like, I don't know if I can hold on for the requisite 2 years that you are telling me that it will take for that process to go underway. I'm like, you know, I can't lie to you. It might be worth it to go. My God, you know. Because when I was in high school, they had AP courses for the Froshies as well. Not here in our little, you know, small town, rural high school. Oh, that's why. I'm like, why is there lava above us? It's because of my fucking... I don't think lava's gonna be as big of a problem as we thought, friends. We're gonna solve this real quick. God damn it. I'm such a moron. Swear to Jesus sometimes. Okay. Let me finish the story that I was talking about. So, you know, the problem with me round one was that the guy that my wife, that my then future wife, ended up dating instead of me was like... the funny thing is that first of all, when like right after they started dating, he was like, "Oh, you know who you should date is this guy," and then he said my name, and she's like, "I could have dated him. I chose you, stupid." And he's like, yeah, it's just the two of you get together so well, and like you're so similar in so many ways. And she's like, stop telling me why I should date someone else when I chose you, you moron. Anyway, that relationship did not last a long time. So, whatever. Then time passes. The second round, like I was emailing her, uh, and those emails start getting kind of flirty. And I'm like, oh my God, is it getting flirty in here? And like, we were flirting with each other in a way that was like kind of goofy. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, here's the thing to know about me is that like, I love the goofy ass girls. Like, I love them. Like, the type of girl that fucking Zoe Deschanel pretends that she is? I like the actual one of that. Like, okay, classic example. In the original Get Smart television show. Oh, some of you know where I'm going with this, and you're like, oh, he is not wrong. You listen to this man. Um, Cause like if you're this kind of guy who is like all about this kind of girl, like what I'm about to say is going to make a lot of sense. You're gonna be like, yes, he said it out loud, therefore it is true. Like, anyway, so the thing is that doob doop 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 doo. Where was I? Oh, yes, round two was the second most of rounds, so we're writing emails. And, Barbara Feldon, that's where I was going with that real quick, from Get Smart. They would always have these things where it's like, Maxwell has to go and spend time with a bombshell blonde who is the ambassador's daughter. And, and he would have to do his whole rigmarole of being Maxwell smart and whatnot. And then, like, the girl that he would have to go and protect, the ambassador's daughter would be this fucking knockout blonde model from Sweden, like like just some woman who's insanely attractive, you know, uh and all of that. And like, and that's fine. That's fine. People can be insanely attractive. Whatever. Whatever. Because the other important thing is that I gotta leave this open because I gotta be able to go do the fucking thing. Is that they would juxtapose, like Maxwell Smart, would be out on the dance floor with the voluptuous blonde who'd just be like titties flopping all over the place and like, blonde hair, like just fucking flouncing this way and that. Just, gorgeous go-go dancing fucking all over the place. And then they would flash to Agent 99 trying to do the same dance as the other girl and not doing so well in the attempt. Except for like, if you're the kind of guy who gets what I'm talking about, that right there, that's what it's all about. That is what, holy shit. Like, she clumsy as hell and like fucking goofy and shit, but like has a good sense of humor, but is also fun. Just fucking fun to be around. Oh my God. That's the girl. Like that one. That one right there. Who like watches weird ass movies and like gets why that okay, cuz here's the thing is that when we were in college, our test of whether or not you were cool and could hang out with us. And this was us as friends. This was not us as, a romantic partnership. Like this was just can you be friends with our friends group? Um Base level test. Here we go. We would have a movie night and we would put on Mystery Men and yes, Mystery Men, the movie with fucking uh William H. Macy and fucking Ben Stiller and Janine Garofalo and Paul Rubens and fucking god damn it, what's his name? The singer Tom Waits is in that movie in a cameo, and it's kind of fucking crazy, but also wildly appropriate for Tom Waits. And like a young fucking like pre massive fame, fucking what's that comedian that everybody used to love, but a Dane Cook. A young Dane Cook is in that movie. Like it is a time capsule of like early aughts awesomeness, and it is underappreciated, my friends. Like the people who get it, who like understand why that is quite possibly the greatest superhero ever made, which coincidentally would be the same people who understand why Galaxy Quest is a sci-fi masterpiece. Like those same people, those were our friends. They're the kind of people who you could be like, hey, we're going to watch MST3K until the fucking sun comes up. And then the other people will be like, cool, I'm bringing popcorn. Like, that's what we were looking for. And like, it's insane because that first boyfriend who was like, you know who you should be dating, and he was not really that kind of a guy. He was not a Mystery Men kind of a guy, which means that like even he recognized it. Even he recognized that like, oh, you know who you should actually be with. You know who you jibe better with as a person. But yeah, so round two, we're just goofy flirting with each other via email. And I was like, oh, this is gonna fucking happen. Like, oh my God. Uh I was like, yeah, we fucked it up round one, but round two is gonna happen. And anyway, so I asked her out on a first date, and we had a first date, and it was pretty fun. Um a first date of round two, because I had already taken her out before. Oh, I'm going to go kill the traveling merchant. Yeah, it's time. Get some more leather and leads. Anyway, they should really make the traveling merchant have goods that you can murder him for. Either that, or they have to make his goods better over time. Otherwise, players like myself will get excited every time we see him because of murder. Murder most foul. I don't even know why I kill him, you know? Like, he'll just despawn. I don't need to kill him, but we all kill him, right? just because he doesn't have good deals. We're like, you are a terrible traveling merchant. Your deals are shit. I could trade with a regular villager twice and have 10 times better deals than you ever have. And that, good friend, is why you must die. Because I can get an emerald for 3 carats after trading just a couple of times with a fucker in the village. God damn it. Anyway, so round 2, we go out on the first day. We have a good time. And I could sense there was tension because, like, she was not making herself open very much. But she was like, I'm having a good time, but also I'm on my guard about you. And I felt it. I felt that she was on her guard about me. And I was like, shit. What's going on now? And so, doop-a-doop-a-doo. So yeah, like, made plans for a second date, had a second date planned out, and she had to back out. She had to back out because of a school project. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She just had a shit ton of homework because there was a major project due in her major where, you know, like, she was graphic design major and they were going to have to make some presentation in front of the whole class, and she had to be ready for it. And otherwise, like, no more graphic designing for you, young lady, or whatever. You know, it's an interesting major. I'm not, like, I was a communication major and then an English major once I realized that communication is for the birds. Like, literally, birds do it. Why are, like, let the ornithologists study it. Anyway, so yeah, communication. That was a stupid degree choice on my part. Hold up, let me drink this. But I always wondered, it was weird. I was like, why is it that I go to communication classes for the same number of hours a day that you go to your classes, and then you have tons of homework and I never have any? And they're like, yeah, weird about that, right? And I was like, yeah, it's weird. And you know, communication departments, that's just where theater majors who are like, I better get serious about something that's real. Oh, but where will all my weird ass theater credits transfer? You know, because, like, you're not going to walk into the fucking political science class and they'll be like, oh, you took 3 straight semesters of something called stagecraft. Like, we're going to have that count for, like, poli-sci 101 and 102. How about that? Like, no, that's not how that's going to happen. So yeah, that's why communications exist. Because they're like, did you have to communicate with people while you were taking stagecraft? And it's like, yeah, we almost killed a guy. Those counterweights are not something to fuck around with. We found that out. Found that out the almost hard way. Anyway, so yeah, the communication is where all of the, like, recently disillusioned drama students go. But, like, all of the recently disillusioned drama students who also, very importantly, are not smart enough to realize that the fact that they don't have homework is an indication that their degree is about to be not as valuable as their peers in terms of getting a job. Oh, man. How did we miss that? We all did, and some communication majors missed it harder than I did. Some of them were like on the day when they were like, all right, it's job fair time for you to find out what kind of jobs you can get with this communication degree we've been cramming down your throat. And then you find out like, oh, I can work fucking HR for Target Incorporated. Like, that's what I can do with my degree in not HR studies. Like, oh my God. Like, what was I doing with my life? For fuck's sake. No, what? Anyway. But yeah, so second date, she couldn't be there because she had some shit to do for her degree that was real. Because graphic design is where, oh shit, that's right. I don't have lava anymore. You putz. And just take all of these right back. I'm literally playing catch with myself at this point. That's what that is. Anyway. Oh, God. Redstone machine to play catch with myself. That's great. I am an inventor of things. I gotta hit my parched whistle. Okay. So, because she couldn't make our date, the girl that I was dating before her, who was insanely pretty, like ridiculously pretty, because my wife to this day agrees, where she's like, oh, that one was very pretty. He did very well with it for himself there. And it's like, thank you, because I did. Like, but anyway, this is a story about feeling like we got very lucky once, and that's ultimately what it is, because like, the so this very, very pretty one. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, the very pretty one, I was still friends with, which is a good sign, like, for me as a person, that, like, I don't have any exes that are like, you know what, fuck that guy. Like, I don't have any. I literally do not have any exes that are like, and the horse you came in on. Like, I mean, I wasn't that good to my first girlfriend, but I didn't know better, and that kind of like, we got closure on that, and I felt bad, but like, I don't think she ever felt bad for the shit she did to me, and it took me years to realize what she had done to me, and then I was like, wait a minute, you stole a big old chunk of my self-esteem. That's what you did. And because I never had very much to begin with, I let it happen. And I was like, well, you can't miss what you never had, right? Like, that's not good. That's not what should be happening in a trusting relationship. Anyway. But yeah, she never apologized to me for that, but I did apologize to her for me just like not knowing how to break up and making just an ass of myself in that process. And like, if you've ever had your first time breaking up and you like really cocked it up, Yeah. Like, but like that girl, I bet if I wanted to talk to her today, she'd be like, "Oh, I wonder how he's doing." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think that there would be any like fucking antipathy there. I don't think there would be any, harbored resentments or like anger and shit, cuz like we've all gotten married and have happy lives with our, the spouses of our choice and everything. Like, we've grown up to be fucking adults with adult lives, and we're all happy with our adult lives, and so like it's all fine, like it all came out in the wash. But for a minute there, like, she was pissed off at me, and she had every right to be, and I was not pissed off at her, but I had every right to be. But like, who cares, like, life ain't about like fucking tallying up who owes you what, because the end of the day, like, you probably don't want to know the answer. Ultimately, like, you probably, it's not gonna come out in your favor. Like, so I could guarantee it will not for me. I'm kind of an asshole. Like, I try not to be. I really try not to be, but like I really kind of am though. I've got it in my blood. Like, that's my grandma on my daddy's side. Like, that's where that comes from. Um like, I got vindictive spirit in me or some shit. Anyway, so yeah, second time round, yeah, she misses the date, and girl that I had dated previously, who I'm still friends with, is like, what's a baller move? Is you get flowers and chocolates, and you show up, and while she's like fucking in sweatpants and fucking, a messy bun and shit, like working on homework, you show up like fucking Prince Charming and bring her flowers and fucking chocolates, and then she'll feel like fucking appreciated, and then it's gonna go well for you. And I was like, holy shit, that's brilliant. And the girl was like, yeah, fuck yeah, that's brilliant, because I am female and I know what I like. And I'm aware that women like to feel noticed and appreciated. And it's like, yeah, I guess everybody does. Like, that's some basic ass shit. But like, sometimes you forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But like, hey, you want to know how to like get to someone, make them feel noticed and appreciated. Like, that's a good way in. It just is. So yeah, like, I go with this girl that I had dated prior, and she's like, "Hey, I need you to know this and understand this, because I am not going to let you cock this up." Like, because, I messed up our relationship. Like, I did. Like, the fact that she was still friends with me says more about her than it says about me, to be honest. Anyway, but like, um, she's like, okay, here's the thing about this, is that it needs to be sincere. It needs to come from the heart, or it's bullshit and I'm not helping you do it. And I'm like, no, I really care about her. Like, this is round 2. I already messed this up once, because I thought the previous round was a result of me messing it up, not a result of the other guy winning out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason the other guy won out is because she had wanted to date him before I even came on the scene. And that was her chance. 1, 2, 3, 4. But like it turned out to not really be like, because he's a nice guy and everything. I know him. Like, he's a nice guy. I got nothing bad to say about him, but like he's one of these guys who like never took anything too seriously and just kind of, was just kind of coasting in life. And guys, women do not like that. Like, if you want to know, like, if you are a guy who like doesn't have steady employment or doesn't like at least present yourself well with like, I have a car, I have a place to park it and a place to lay my head at night that I pay for, like basic ass shit like that. That's what, girls are looking for, somebody who can provide. Like, still, I mean, that's a lot of it. I'm not going to lie. That's what it is. And that's why because confidence says, like, I know where my next meal is coming from. You know what I'm saying? Like, confidence says, like, hey, don't worry, I got this. That's what confidence says. And that's what they want to feel. So, yeah, just be aware. Anyway, so the thing is, this girl is like, hey, you gotta do it right. You gotta, like, from the heart, for real, and it's gotta be you. And so she's like, did you know that it only costs a couple extra dollars to choose your own bouquet of flowers rather than like just go to the grocery aisle and pick one of those pre-made ones? And I was like, no, I had no idea, because I am male. And she's like, well, that's a true thing about the world that you need to understand. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's true. Like, it's like a couple of bucks more expensive. It's not that much more expensive to have a custom bouquet that you plan yourself, right? So I pulled out flowers that I thought were indicative of her, flowers that are like fun but also beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I feel about her, right? And I handpicked this bouquet, and it's in the fall, which is, what girl doesn't want to fall in love with the fall? Like, you got fucking, hot drinks and cardboard cups and turtleneck sweaters and shit. And like, you pull out your fall clothes, your comfy ass shoes for part of the year finally. Yeah. Like, no wonder, just footwear alone, girls love fall. Anyway, so yeah, it's autumn time, and so I know, based on experiences and whatnot, that she enjoys the pumpkin-y spices and stuff. And so I pick, because she's also, did you know that if you can go to a chocolate shop and pick a custom box of chocolates for the person that you're getting them for, and it can be custom, and you don't have to get the ones that are full of bullshit that like you don't even like, that you're like, oh, what's this, full of orange goo that like makes the chocolate taste bitter? Like, orange and chocolate do not go together. I don't know who fucking thought of that shit. It doesn't work. It's time to give up on that experiment. Orange and chocolate are a gross combination. The citrus is too much. The acid makes for a bitter ass aftertaste, and we don't like it. Let's just all fucking agree that we don't need oranges and chocolate. We don't. Anyway, so yeah, you can go for a couple of extra bucks. You can get a box that doesn't have any of the nasty shit in it. But I got her the ones that had um like there was a lot of pumpkin spice and autumnal blends and varieties. Like I just grabbed a lot of the things that they're like seasonal special for the fall times, and I was like, oh, she's gonna enjoy the shit out of this. Um, so because like I knew that was true, based on like so you gotta remember we were both Mormon, so this is a whole thing. Like we are not now, but we were at the time, because this is how we were raised, Anyway, so there was this gas station near us called Quick Trip. You might know it. They are spreading nationwide, and they are fucking awesome. Because it's a gas station where you don't feel like a total asshole for eating gas station food and enjoying it. Because, like, honestly, a lot of their menu items are made with more care and fucking less. They keep those places clean as shit. Like, certainly cleaner than any Burger King kitchen you're liable to find in the continental United States. And so, like, it's a good experience. It's a good customer experience. Like, there's always some 16-year-old kid who's all chipper and like, hey, how you doing? Like, you could come in like 2 a.m, drunk off your ass, like sweats and one flip-flop on, and just like and like there to just get hangover food and whatnot, or like drunk food, depending on what part of the night you're in still. Anyway, and like some chipper kid behind the counter is gonna be like, oh, hello, sir, can I help you right here? Okay, let me do this real quick. And they'll do it real quick, and there's not too much interaction with the guy behind the counter, but there's enough to where it's just all business, but like also friendly, and it's nice. Anyway, selling QT stock right now. Anyway, we love QT. Like, sorry, there's a way we feel about that particular place, and me especially, because they got these jalapeno cheese hot dogs that are gonna fucking like, one of those is gonna go in one of these days and it's gonna burst my arteries out sideways, and my heart's just gonna explode, and then I'll be dead, and I'll be fine with it. Which, by the way, that's the end of that story, is how, like, that little shitty asshole that I was teaching, I just mused to myself. I was like, if an asteroid came through the top of this building, an asteroid the size of a marble would fucking destroy all of us, but mostly me. Me would take out, I would, like, have one heartbeat alive, and by the next heartbeat comes around, I'm no longer fucking alive. And he's like, wait, you want us to die with you? That's messed up. You can't say stuff like that. And I was like, why? Why can't I, like, it's like, why don't you ask yourself the question, why is it that I'm such a little shit that, like, when a grown man with, like, a fucking advanced degree in knowing the shit that he's trying to teach me, why does he fucking openly wish for his own death after spending an hour with me? Why is that? Like, why don't you ever fucking ponder that question, genius? Like, come on. Anyway, Yeah. So I didn't say it like that. But I was like, I just said, go ahead, tell on me. Because he's like, yeah, I could tell the principal. But I know for a fact that other teachers have been complaining about this kid and have written him up multiple times because, he's been written up multiple times. Some of those write ups are from me. Anyway, and so, like, he, um, yeah, he in trouble. Um, like he has been in trouble for shit that he has done in my class. He is still yet to serve detention for those things, but he did some shit he oughtn't have done, and he knows he oughtn't have done it, but he was thinking he wouldn't get caught. But also, he did a dumb thing if he didn't want to get caught doing the thing he did. Uh, he left the evidence in the most obvious place possible, indicating himself in the crime in the process. So, like, it was an open and shut case. Like the Mar-a-Lago case should have been like 7 months ago when we all found out what it was. We're like, oh shit. This fucking guy, I swear to God, you can't fucking trust him with anything. Like, we should have, like, honestly, uh, we should have just been like, the French had a really good idea with that guillotine. You just bring it out, schniggity schnack. It's over and done with real quick. And then the duplicitous bastard who's like destroying your way of life is gone and no longer a problem. Like, you start thinking thoughts like that. Anyway, but you're not supposed to. Meh. Regardless. But yeah, I got to wish for my own death. And also the death of a little shit in my classroom. And he was like, wow, why you do that? And I was like, well, good thing my wishes have no influence on the outcome of events. He's like, what? I was like, doesn't matter what I wish for because what I wish for doesn't come true. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, because if my wishes came true, do you think I would still be teaching you? Like, if I had the power to grant wishes, that, like, I would be like, oh, I'm sorry, granting myself the most mystical powers of the universe. I need to go tell, like, what I feel is very interesting, important information to a kid who's gonna turn his nose up at it. I gotta go do that instead of like literally fulfilling my dreams with a word of my almighty mouth. Like, really? That's what you think is possible in this universe. You are gullible. Like, silly gooses. Anyway, so, oh God, this is going on forever. Oh shit, I just saw the time. God damn it, I should have been in bed a while ago. Okay, let's cut to the chase. Too late. We forgot to cut away. Here's the fact. So, second time around, I pick her custom chocolates, custom flowers, show up the night of the date that was supposed to be, the time the date was supposed to be, and she answers the door, and like her thought is like, oh shit, did I not tell him? And and so I could see that on her face, and I was like, hey, I'm sorry you couldn't make our date. Sucks you got homework and whatnot, but I just wanted to bring you a little something, show that I'm thinking about you, show that I care, and hope you can make the next date. You know what I'm saying? And then, just gave her the stuff and was like, there you go. We cool? All right. Well, have yourself a lovely evening. Best of luck on all your homework. And then just sashayed on out of there. And of course the girl that was helping me with all this, who I used to date, uh was like, okay, tell me all the parts. How did it go? And I ran through all the pieces, and she's like, oh, this sounds good. This sounds like you did what you should have done. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That is so rarely the case when it comes to girls. And this girl who I had dated and who broke up with me on because of exactly reasons that she should have, that I was just God, I was just stupid is what I was. Like, let's just fucking call it what it is. I was a complete moron at the time and should not have been entrusted with the love of such a person as that was. Like, that's what it is. Let's just call it what it is. Anyway, so yeah, reasons, purposes. Um God. So anyway, yeah, because this girl that I had dated that I was still friends with, because apparently I'm not a total douchebag. Wait, is there a spider in there? Did there spawn a fucking... No. Okay, I was just curious. Anyway, so she asked me how it went, and I told her, and she's like, yeah, it sounds great. Like, sounds like you did the right thing. That I would be impressed by that, she tells me. And I'm like, I will take your word for that, because you are being awesome for me right now and a very good friend, and it makes me feel awesome that I'm still friends with you. And she's like, yeah, that's good. Good for you. Moving in positive directions. Congratulations. Get your life moving in the right direction. Anyway. So yeah, then the next day, the literal next day, the woman who is now my wife sits me down to give me the "our friendship is too special" talk. Our friendship is too special to waste on a relationship. Why, that would ruin the friendship. Uh, like it does always. Anyway, because you can't be in a relationship and be friends with a person. That's trash. No, obviously more of what you're worried about is what's going to happen, because I know I'm going to break up with you. And when I break up with you, which is inevitable, because it will be me breaking up with you and not the other way around. That's the place where that talk comes from, if it's sincere. If it's insincere, then it's hey, I don't want to be an asshole, but there is no way that this is going to happen. And luckily, we literally have my wife's journals from back then, so we know for a fact that it was not that one. So she wasn't begrudging the time that she had to spend with me because of the social construct by which me asking her out on a date, she's an asshole if she says no. She did not begrudge me that. So good. Hooray. And off to the races. But then, let's just be friends. And so I gave up. I absolutely gave up on her and was like, we're just going to be friends. And I'm cool with that because you're a good friend and you're cool and I like you. Like, I like you as a human. Like, it doesn't have to be in a relationship like you. Like, I just like you. Like, I've seen what you bring to the table as a human, and I am two thumbs up, all in, good job. Um, two very enthusiastic thumbs up for the human being that you have become. Like, that's good on you all round. Uh, so yeah, I'd given up, but we were still friends. And, but we somehow, like, we didn't hang out that much, um, which is weird, but, like, also as a result of me moving and having a different friend base because I had to move away from some of the people I was living with because they turned crazy, like literally crazy. That's a story for another day. But just know this: serious mental health disorders don't set in usually until you're early to mid 20s. And so a person that you have previously known as completely fine can turn out to be the craziest schizophrenic you ever did see a mere couple of years later. So I was getting out of one of those situations in my living arrangements of where someone that I had formerly known to be sane had lost his goddamn mind and I could not live with him anymore. Um anyway, interesting story for another time. But yeah, because I ended up moving, I ended up changing like a lot of social groups and whatnot because my new roommates, friends, and stuff, like, you know how that goes. You start running in new social groups, you're like, ah, cool, new social groups, that's interesting. So even though like we remained friends and friendly, and whenever we saw each other, it was like, oh, hey, how are you doing? Like, haven't seen you in a minute, and like it was all good. But yeah, we really did not hang out because people always assume that when I tell them that, like, oh, we knew each other for 6 years before we got married, people are always oh my God, you really got whooped there, my friend. Like, you, like, take her out one time and then you're like, I can never have anyone else. I must save myself for this one and only this one forevermore. Like, no, I dated other people in between and I did all right for myself. Like, don't worry about me. Oh, hello. Ha, that's where the lava was. Anyway, so yeah, like, I've got to finish this story. Hurry, like, just focus. I'm just gonna stand still. So, like, because she had also given up on me because she's like, oh, I've broken his heart twice now, and he's a good guy, and maybe it could have happened between us, and it would have been awesome because he's a good guy, but like, I think that book is closed and it sailed on the ship that has sailed, was the way that she would put it. Because, like, people would see us together all the time and they'd be like, oh my God, you two are perfect together. And, like, and we'd be like, yeah, well, another world, another time, who knows? Like, for real. And, but yeah, like, we still remain really close. And, even though we weren't seeing each other as often. And then, yeah, like it changed. Like when my friend, because we were like, here's a little Mormon stuff, because you got to understand. There are preemies and there are RMs. Preemies, it's a kid who is pre-mission. He has not gone on his mission yet for the Mormon church. So he is not really serious dating material and stuff because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because like in Mormonism, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, relationships, like it's funny because you're not supposed to be physical at all in those relationships. Like you can hold hands and you can kiss, but those are the limits. Those are the outer bounds of Mormon relational relations in the dating area. Because anything more than that, and you have like literally what they tell you is that like it is a sin as serious as murder. Like you could stab a man in the face, or you and your girlfriend could make each other feel good and see each other with your clothes off, which you want to do so fucking bad it hurts sometimes. um like you could do that, or you could kill a drifter on the side of the highway and leave the body in the woods for a jogger to find. Only they'll never find the killer because you fucking took all his teeth and fingertips. Oh my god, you're a fucking maniac. Like, you could do that, or you could fucking, get to third base with your girlfriend. Like, for real. For real, that's forbidden. It's terrible. It's like you murdered somebody. It's so terrible. I'm not even joking. That's what the literature says. Anyway, so yeah, like we are good little Mormons uh at this time. So anyway, when you're a preemie, when you haven't gone on your mission yet, like, because people can't fuck each other until they get married, people usually get married wicked young because that's the only way you get any. And so that's why you see, like, girls in Utah who are like, 18-year-old wives, 19-year-old moms, like seriously, this is a whole fucking thing because as soon as they can get married, they're like, I cannot wait to start fucking, you know, whereas they otherwise just would have like regular ass teenagers. And what's the fucking harm? And if they lived in a state with any decent fucking sex ed, which they don't, uh, then they would be fine. Like they could get contraception and just fucking be fine. Fucking. But yeah, not in the cards for those delightful young Mormons. And so like, yeah, you get a lot of people marrying wicked young. Me and the missus, we were on the older end of that spectrum for real. Like when we got married, I was 28 and she was 26, and people were like, "Oh, good, they finally got married. They're gonna be here forever, waiting around on those two to fucking get married." Am I right? Because like, uh, for real, you're old at 28 on the dating scene in Mormonism. You're like unbelievably old. And it's like, you're not old when you're 28 anywhere else. You're not old. You're just not. Like, Not even on the club scene are you old at 28. Like, maybe you're not hitting the club as hard as you used to, but you're not old. Anyway, it's ridiculous. So yeah. Uh I don't know. I don't know why I'm wandering around. But yeah, here's how we eventually got together, and then I got to fucking it's fucking so late. Okay. So, um yeah, girls would not want to date you if you were a preemie because then they would have to wait another 2 years for you to get back from your mission, and then maybe it's going to turn out and maybe it's not. Like, that's a lot to put on the line when it comes to like not being able to fuck anybody for that entire amount of time, and like not being able to be in a relationship with anybody else. You're in a long distance relationship all of a sudden with a guy who can only call home twice a year. Yeah, that was the fucking rule back then. I'm not kidding. You can only call home twice a year because any more than that, and it's too frequent and it makes you want to go home rather than like stay there and try to sell religion door to door. What the fuck? Who wants door to door religion? Like, look, nothing that gets sold door to door is the good shit. Like, it's just not. There is nothing that you can think of that is the good shit that is sold door to door. It just doesn't exist. That's not the business model for the good shit. Is not. It's fucking Amway and fucking Mary Kay and shit. Like, for people who have already annoyed all their friends, like that's what gets sold door to door. Anyway, and you're selling religion door to door, a thing that people don't want to talk about with people that they like. And here you come, like dooba dooba doo. I'm an elder. Like, you're 19. Calm down. You ain't elder shit. Anyway, so yeah, my roommate was a preemie, and so he went on his mission for 2 years, and when he got back, we were all like juniors in college, and he was a sophomore. Um yeah, no, we were seniors and he was a sophomore. Yeah, that's how time passes. Anyway, so like he decided that my wife and I should give it one more go, cuz he saw us together once and was like, these fucking goofballs have got to end up together. Like, that just needs to happen. And we weren't even like thinking about it, because we were like, she was like, I've hurt him too much, and I was like, I think it would be ridiculous. Like, she's already said no twice, so like if I try a third time, then I'm showing that I really don't take hints. um so that's what I was thinking. Is she was thinking like, oh man, I would really like to, but I think I've heard him too many times already. And I was like, yeah, I'd really like to, but I think that she's already said all the no's that she wants to say. Anyway, like, so we were fucking lucky, really, is what we were, that my former roommate came back from his mission, because I was living with somebody else by the time he got back, because obviously like I wasn't waiting around either. Like, I had to fill that rent. and I had to get away from that schizophrenic. So yeah, former roommate had a birthday party, and at that birthday party, was the first time in like 6 months that my lovely wife and I had hung out, and she like just looked so damn good and like was so much fun to hang out with. And I was like, God damn it, why didn't this work? Why the fuck didn't this work? Cause this is good. Like this is fun. And and then my friend Jakob, which is not his real name, but that's what we called him, uh, uh, for reasons having to do with a fake band that I was in. Yeah, I was in both a real band and a fake band. Actually, I was in two real bands and one fake band that might have been better than either of the real bands. Who knows? Anyway, but so uh Jakob like was pulled me aside and was like, you know who you need to be dating is her. And I was like, oh man, I don't know, like uh she already said no twice. Like I don't want to be an asshole, like because sometimes I'm an asshole, and I just feel like maybe I shouldn't be an asshole. And he's like, well, all I'm saying is like you might regret it if you don't. And I'm like, you know what? You might be right. You might be right, my friend. And so that's what he's telling me. On the other side of the room, like he pulled her aside and was like, "Hey, you know who you should be with? My old roommate." And she's like, like I'm having so much goddamn fun with him at this party, and we haven't hung out in a while, and we still just totally click, and it's a shame that it never worked out, but it just never worked out. And she's like, I think that he's done asking me out because like it's done. That's the book that closed on the ship that sailed. And he's like, well, if he asks you out, would you say yes? And she's like, yeah, I totally would. And he's like, well, all I'm saying is maybe just fucking remember that because he might. And then, of course, I did. And then we got fucking married. And that's how that went. And this is a pretty all right story of how I got out the friend zone because she friend zoned me twice. And once she did it through another person like we were in third grade. So, yeah, I made it out of the friend zone. Thank you very much. That is the moral of the story. Is that like persistence can pay off, but also persistence can make you a stalker and get you fucking restraining orders on your record. Where people are like, let's see if we want to hire he's got a restraining order for he fucking stalking this woman. She said no twice. What the fuck is wrong with him that he doesn't get that? you know? Oh my God. But it worked out, and I'm happy as shit. End of the story. It's too late. This thing is 2 fucking hours. Goddamn, I didn't even know what I was gonna talk about when I started. But I was like, I'm gonna just keep it short because I'm feeling good right now. And now it's been forever because I started talking about my lovely wife and the story of how we got together, and that's a beautiful story to me. I don't know if it's a beautiful story to anybody else. I mean, it's a beautiful story to my lovely wife, of course. But, like, I don't think I could get my children to sit down for this shit. If you made it all the way to the end, I want you to fucking comment in the comment and be like, I made it all the way to the end, motherfucker. Because I doubt it. If you just grab the scrolly wheel and were like, I just want him to get a view, does not count. Does not count. So, anyway, motherfuckers, it's been a time. God damn, I got shit to do tomorrow. I gotta wake up in 3 fucking hours. Go to goddamn school. Anyway, motherfuckers, that's it. No more. Have a good one. I'll see you on the next time. Okay, bye.